Hello everyone, and welcome to the 42nd episode of the Poorly Planned Podcast.
Bounce in your voice there.
I'm excited today.
Yes, of course.
Because we're talking... Actually,
Because we're...
lost the bounce real quick. My name is Benedict. You probably know me better as BHL Hudson. Here we talk about movies and TV shows and a bunch of nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
With me, as always, is my co-host, friend, and...
What's he gonna say?
I already talked about the injury. That's
Yeah.
It's about the only interesting thing that's happened. You don't wear the bandana anymore, which I'm grateful for.
I don't.
Jesus, I got nothing.
Go on. You got this.
Shark tooth necklace having friend?
That is the one.
That's the only
Pulled this out of a megalodon myself.
that's the only defining trait about you I can notice right now. How are you feeling on this fine day where we've just already recorded 2 podcasts immediately prior to this?
I'm digging it. It's good.
You're not
to be
burnt
back.
out yet?
Never burnt out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wish I could say the same.
I was burned out after 2 minutes of the first pod.
After we talked about Colin Firth for 20 minutes last week, I've been pretty burnt out myself.
But yeah, it is. It's just good to be back.
It's good. It feels good, you know?
Giving the people what they want, what they need, what they desire.
Exactly.
And also being in the presence of a slightly above average looking man.
Man, bring it in, bro.
Only slightly though. Don't get off your high horse, sir.
So today we are going to be talking about the film Casino Royale with cheese in honor of No Time to Die coming out in November this year. So, spoiler alert.
Never in my life was I expecting a Casino Royale with cheese.
Well, you know what they call a cheeseburger in France.
Le Big Mac. No, it's no.
I f***ed it up.
No, you really have.
Today we are talking about Casino Royale. Spoiler alert for this excellent 2006 film.
Yeah, so 14 years ago. What are you doing here if you haven't seen it?
Still holds up. Very
was-
topical as well as the other movies we talked about.
Yeah.
From 5 years ago, from 14 years ago. We're really getting the big hits out here.
What can we say?
So, yeah, also, before we jump into this, I just want to put out there...
Well, do we ever actually talk about films? So this.
To be honest, it devolves very quickly. I have been very inactive on Twitter, on Instagram messages, and on the pod email, just for the record, even though I promote all of those things at the end of the video. Yeah. So, just so you know, if I have not answered your Instagram DM, it's not because I hate you, it's just because I'm very
frightened of you.
It's because I'm very inactive on those. Twitter, I just don't use anymore. I'll occasionally check in, so I do see some of the tweets. You know, that's part of the reason why we decided to bring back the pod as well, because I saw some of the tweets were like, I missed the pod, the pod.
And we miss Pierce, so...
Yeah, I wonder... He did post for the thing, yeah.
Did he? Oh, yeah, he did.
Yeah, and, you know...
I would have thought he deleted that a long time ago, but...
After we canceled it 5 times. I mean... I think also part of the reason why I don't, what's it called? I don't respond to a lot of tweets is because if I respond to one, I'll feel bad if I don't respond to the others, and so
and you're getting millions of DMs.
But I'm just saying, I do see some of the stuff. You know, I saw some of the things asking about the pod coming back. Anyway, I do want to say thank you for all the support and the love on the pod, and I'm sorry that we haven't really... Also, you get off your high horse. You don't even use Twitter or Instagram. Yeah, so just know, we do appreciate it. It's just, you know, it's a whole thing. We'll go into it some other time. But just so you know, we do appreciate the support and the love. Now...
With that being said,
maybe
get out of our faces so we can talk about Casino Royale with cheese.
And maybe we'll get back to, you know, those kind of things. But right now, we're just focusing on, like, trying to bring the pod back while we have the time. So... Yeah. Let's see where it goes. Anyway, ramble. Casino Royale.
With cheese?
Yes.
Okay.
I pointed to Freddie. I was hoping he would pick up on that subtle hint.
No.
So, this was... Why did I start talking? As soon as I start talking,
this
as soon as I
is,
start drinking.
I would say, Craig's second best movie.
In general, or Bondness?
Probably, I mean... I haven't seen him in many other things.
Excuse me, Mr.
I know.
I suspect foul play.
I know.
But I've eliminated no suspects.
I know. I don't know who hired me.
That's his classic line.
Yeah.
I do not know.
Holy shit.
You say that?
Holy smokes.
Is that part where he's dancing in the car while the ambulance pulls up behind him?
God, yeah, he does do that. a very good detective, isn't he?
Yeah. I'd probably say it's my second favorite Craig movie.
I mean, he is incarcerated.
I haven't seen. Yeah, no. But I mean, based on the strength of that Logan Lucky trailer alone, he is in fact incarcerated. So
I am.
He sure loves doing an accent, doesn't he?
Incarcerated. That was not bad.
So what do you think of Casino Royale overall?
I think it is it's such a good movie. I would say it's probably one of the most clever Bond movies. It's like it goes into like it's not just while there is really great action in it. It's not just action. There's also like they managed to build a lot of tension like at the poker table as well. You know, sitting there. And I've never really played poker, but like even a rookie as myself can see that it is going down. You know,
you look at Lashif and you're like, oh God, man,
the man has one eye.
That last hand nearly killed me.
God, what a line!
It has a lot of good lines in it.
It does.
I will say, if we're talking about the poker, that's probably one of the only things I'm not a crazy fan of in this movie, is because I have no idea how to play poker.
No, I don't either. So
but you can. I mean, I think it does, because those parts aren't boring.
No, exactly.
So I think it does a good job of keeping it interesting, also with the other story elements going on, but also with how visually that scene is presented. It does help you understand who's like, and also I did rewatch a clip of and I guess there's a bit of this where I think it's that one guy who you're talking about who dies in the next one. What's his name?
I don't know his name, but his like French friend.
Beardman, yeah.
Beardman Frenchman.
Beardy Frenchman. He like is sitting there talking to Eva Green. He's like, oh my God, they just put $6 million on the table, and like he's kind of like helping the audience along.
Exactly. I would not. Like, only based on Lashif's reaction, otherwise I would not know who won at the end when, like, Bond presents the cards.
Yeah, no, but so I think they do a good job visually of doing that, but, if we go back to the beginning real quick, Daniel Craig is Bond, in general.
Best Bond by far, I think. He's both a ladies' man, but also, like...
But a man's man.
But also a man's man. Like, let's say...
He does it all.
Like, Roger Moore, there's nothing... there's nothing very cool about him.
Like, so you're saying, like, Roger Moore... Like, doesn't have much like Bond,
and he was just
suaveness.
He's just a horn dog, and you know, like
I've never seen any of those.
Have you really not?
No.
God, you should.
So his Bond is not cool and a horn dog. This really makes me want to watch.
You know, like he's a classic Bond. Like he does.
He works for that era, doesn't he? Like he's like
he's
supposed to be a certain kind.
But
like
compared to this one, he is just so goofy and like very like yeah.
Yeah.
Although I feel like that's with most Bonds in the past, though.
I think that's more of a testament to what those films. Like I don't think at all that's like Roger Moore or like whoever else played kind of a goofy Bond, their fault. I think that's like what the movies were trying to be. Also, the only other Bond movie I've seen is the first one. No, not the first one. The one with Goldeneye? Goldfinger.
Okay.
With Connery.
Yeah, Connery's a cool one as well.
And I think I've seen parts. I think there's a Roger Moore one where he goes to a circus or something. I saw that.
I haven't seen all of them.
I saw that clip on TV when I was in a hotel one time. Anyway, but I do think Craig.
Oh, Craig.
Of the two I've seen, Craig is my favorite.
You only seen two?
No, of the two
Bonds
I've seen.
Okay, yeah.
I think he does a good job of he fits this era of Bond very well.
He makes it a lot more realistic. You know?
Yeah, because they were trying to make more after. I think the last one was Die Another Day, which was very poorly received.
Oh my God, it was. Yeah, it's not.
So I think they were trying to make it more Jason Bourne.
What's his face?
Brosnan. I love a good bras.
I love a good bras, but in that one, he rides a tsunami wave on a skateboard, and he's got like some makeshift kite. He becomes like, it's so stupid and looks so bad.
I'm kind of glad I have not seen that.
And in the end, he has sex in all the diamonds with
In all the diamonds.
Yeah, like they're like.
Oh, like on top of them.
No, like I guess you would say in just like.
A room full of diamonds.
Well, not a room full, but like they've covered Halle Berry in diamonds, and there's diamonds on the floor.
Sounds like a great movie, to be honest.
I don't know what's not to like.
On the strength of that recommendation alone. But so they were trying to make him more serious, like Jason Bourne-esque. I think he fits that perfectly. He's very. People were very upset initially when he was cast because he's like kind of short. He's like, there's
fat, ugly,
bad at acting,
very unsexy. He's very like beefy in like a muscular way, you know.
Yeah, I mean he's a bit of a balloon man. Would you say?
I get what you're saying.
You see where I'm going with that?
I see.
I don't know. No, he But yeah, there was also a video of him like on a boat where he had like a life vest on, and people were like, he's not a real Bond. He's like a coward who wears a life vest. So, but then he turned out to be, I don't know. I enjoy in this movie especially how he's kind of like he does have like the suave kind of, you know, like super spy James Bond kind of aspect to him, but he is also kind of just like a brick. Like,
yeah, he's a bit of a badass.
It's when it's like in Mission Impossible where she's like, you use a scalpel, I prefer a hammer, and like it is kind of
is
like when he goes through that wall.
He is the man whose friend bought the bank.
There,
there you go.
It took a couple seconds, but I got there.
Yeah.
And I also like how also he's so. I think it's in this movie where someone's like, do you want a martini? And he's like, yeah. And he's like shaking her stir. And he's like, shut the fuck up or something.
Yeah, it's like, who the cares?
Did I ask you?
Yeah,
I
like
it's fun. It works pretty well because I think later on they try to make it more goofy, and like he doesn't suit that really.
No.
Or at least, I guess as Benoit Blanc, he's kind of goofy, but like in Inspector, he doesn't suit the comedy that they wrote for him there.
No.
Like he's much better at just being like
the silent badass kind of type.
Yeah, and occasionally like that leading to the comedy. You know that he is sort of the big like silent badass. But I enjoy. What do I enjoy? Le Chiffre is great.
He's
played by our own Mes Mikkelsen.
Mes Mikkelsen.
Who lives actually, close to us?
Probably. Well, at least in the country.
He's at least within the vicinity of us.
And our friend's
dad plays tennis with him. So that's pretty.
So,
we're one step closer to being friends with Le Chiffre.
Le Chiffre.
With the Mr. Doctor. But no, he's a great villain. He has like. Again, yeah. Also, I love that this is a more like realistic Bond, but it's not too like it still has some kind of like goofy, cartoonish elements, or not even but like larger than life, you know. And like the action is amazing, but it's also more realistic, but larger than life. So it does have crazy stunts, like when he rolls out of the way of that car, and like all this kind of crazy stuff. But
I also do like back to Mes Mikkelsen,
of course,
is that like he does seem very, very like it's a very real character he's playing.
He's frightening too.
Yeah,
like he's a very good villain.
He's a very good villain, but he's also like you can also tell that he's like in a bit of a shithole as well. You know?
Well, yeah, isn't
because he
we should have rewatched this. But
he works for a larger organization,
and he owes them money or something.
Yeah,
and so they threaten to.
The one he owes money is also a Danish person, actually.
Really,
Mr. White.
Oh yeah. Oh,
yeah.
Damn.
The Danes have taken over.
Clearly, the Danes are just whipping Craig's balls all day. But Jesus, this chair sucks. But yeah, no, because there's a part where they show up and they like threaten to cut off his like, it's not his girlfriend, but like someone he knows, her hand or something.
Cut off his girlfriend. You will never talk to her again.
We will break you up if we have to. And he dies too at like
he does.
Like he doesn't get killed by Bond. He gets killed by it's Mr. White, right?
Well, at least someone from the organization. Of Mr. White, I think.
So which is Spectre. I can't.
I don't know if it's Spectre
how
or
played out.
I don't remember if like Spectre is the organization, but yeah.
But yeah,
that's something I didn't like about Spectre as well, is how they like connected.
They try to tie it all.
Yeah, it's like that's stupid.
But it is, and it's fun in the sense that I think the next 3 Bond movies, even Skyfall, which I really enjoyed, they get too connected in like making a lore out of it, and like it's all connected. It's all like they try to make a big overarching story, and I quite enjoy that. It's just sort of like. It is just like a mission, you know.
Mm-hmm. Although he does I do think Skyfall gets personal with like James Bond, but it doesn't like tie into many of the other movies.
No, it's more deep in his character than like, especially like previous Bonds. But yeah, it doesn't like Inspector when they're like, all your pain, James. It was me.
It was me.
All your pain.
Governor.
Shoot the dog.
I shot your dog, James.
So I think we do a pretty good waltz.
I think so.
Pain. That's how he says pain. Pain. All of your pain.
That's a bingo.
There we go.
There you go. That's how he says pain.
Classic Craig. I also really enjoy what's her name, Eva Green as Vesper Lynd. I think probably best Bond girl because she also. It feels you can very much understand why James Bond likes her, and also why she's different from other like Bond girls, where like she can match his wit. She's smart, capable, and which also makes I do think the movie goes on for too long, but it does make the ending more impactful when she sort of betrays him, which again I remember kind of foggily this
No,
part of
yeah, I
the
don't
movie.
remember
But
exactly how she does that.
I think it does. It sets up very well this like more cold, calculated bond for the next film, and like why he is that way, and that can be sort of explored more in depth. But I don't, from memory, I don't feel like they explore it very well in like
I
Spectre.
know, like, oh no, definitely not. Like in the next movie, which is like what is it, Quantum of Solace?
Yeah.
Like it's not a great movie, but like they do explore the how
Yeah,
he's become a lot
I
more
remember
like
that. It's like an
there's
epilogue
a lot
to
more-
Casino
yeah, a lot
Royale,
more-
basically.
a lot more cold, where like multiple times where M's like, don't kill them, and she's like, the bastard killed them. Classic Dench.
Oh yeah, Dench is in this. I forgot about that.
Dench is really like Dench is the best.
It's a
ever.
great cast.
It really is.
Excellent cast. Now yet action fantastic. I guess we can't go past the ball whipping.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about the elephant in the room.
Yeah, Craig's balls. I mean, it's a very effective scene at making you uncomfortable. Like before, when they have like a laser, or like even in Spectre, where it's like, yeah, we're gonna drill in your brain. Like,
Yeah, like-
probably it's more like it would be more damaging or whatever, but it's not as viscerally
Painful.
horrible. As,
I don't know. The drilling into like here was very. That was kind of gruesome.
I think it didn't really help that in Spectre I wasn't really like.
Awake.
It doesn't help that I haven't seen Spectre ever. No, it didn't help that I wasn't like super because in this one like everything sort of brings you into the movie. It feels very real. So you feel every hit to the groin that Craig takes. But also it's a very funny scene in a way where Craig
delivers a killer line.
Yeah.
The world will know you died scratching my balls.
excellent moment.
And then Lashif is promptly shot in the face.
Yes, the world did know.
The world did know.
Oh man, no, but it is Craig. Craig took it well. He seems pretty fine after that, inexplicably. Like afterwards, he's sitting in his like little robe on the beach or whatever, and Vesper comes up to him. And she's like, "How is it?" And he's like, "That'll do." Like you probably don't have anything left down there, man. I also enjoy the car flip. I think that looks pretty good. Let me just find a piece of trivia for us.
There's no trivia on this movie at all.
A mere 2 days after the premiere, pirated copies were already on sale in London. Daniel Craig was offered one such copy while walking anonymously through the streets of Beijing. Now, I'm more curious about why Daniel Craig is anonymously walking.
Yeah.
Like, I know it's pretty normal, but it just sounds weird. Like, he was, like, sneaking around with his hood up, just like, yo, I need a copy of Casino Royale, please.
Yo, please.
He has a wire on him. He's going in to just bust all the pirated copies.
He's still in role.
Daniel Craig claimed to be in a state of pain for most of the shoot due to the many vigorous stunts he was required to perform. Now, I assume that refers to Mads Mikkelsen actually wanting to whip his testicles.
Classic Mess.
Mess was like, hey, if I'm doing this movie...
I will say, like, I love the Craig, but he's been I'd say unreasonably whiny at times when it comes to playing this role. Because he has said,
the part where he said he wanted to
I would
kill
rather
himself.
slash my wrists than play this role again. Even though he's being offered over $100 million. Like, come on.
I mean, I think maybe that quote was taken more out of... Like, maybe he was saying it in more of a jokey sense.
I don't know.
But
Craig don't joke.
Also, Craig quit smoking for this movie.
Did he?
Daniel Craig lost his 2 front teeth.
What?
And his dentist had to fly to from London to replace them.
Jeez.
Jesus, Craig.
The first scene to be shot.
It's like action. They just fall out. All right, well, I think that is...
That's a long piece of trivia just there.
Jesus, I'm not reading that. That is it. So...
Spectre overall.
Spectre.
Great movie. I'd say Skyfall is my favorite Bond movie. But Spectre... Spectre?
Yeah.
What am I talking about? Why didn't you stop me?
I did, but
you
then you kept
terrible
talking.
podcast co-host. Very good movie.
Excellent.
Skyfall's the best, but then I think this one comes in a close second.
I would say this is first, then Skyfall,
Really?
then Spectre, then Quantum. So, thank you very much for listening. You can find me...
And you can find us.
You can find me on YouTube, BHL Hudson, Instagram, Twitter, BHL_Hudson. You can email the pod at bhlhudsonvids@gmail.com. Thank you very much for all the support on the pods, assuming we've been getting support for the past 3 weeks.
Yeah, if not,
we're recording this.
We're very upset with you. You can find me on Twitter at FTK_DaltSniper. You can find me on YouTube, FTK Space Gaming, where I talk all about Poirot and Craig together. And you can also find me on Instagram at FDalgard.
Whew. Thank you very much for listening, and we will see you next time.
Da 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 da
Ba 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 ba
ba da ba da
da ba chicka wow.